And I'm not worried about anything here. I'm just talking about new functionality.
This team is redesigning Poynter Online, and the group has a big problem. They have the task of changing a website that even Poynter's own research shows that users like. In fact, users say they like it a lot. The website's director says two things could go wrong.
One is doing things too quickly. The other is not being bold enough. I think anytime you do a redesign, you have an opportunity to really change things significantly. I want to be both fearless and cautious at the same time.
The team promises to be cautious and not to change the core content of Poynter Online. But designers want to unclutter the site, make it easier to navigate, add interactivity, build a journalism social networking experience, and make it easier to search. Over the years, like many news sites, Poynter Online has added new content, but it didn't overhaul the page. The result?
It's a little bit like putting an addition on your home. At the time, it fills the need that you have. We let this go for so long that we kind of have a Frankenstein page. We have a little bit of this, we have a donation button here, we have content there, but we don't have an overall plan anymore. And so a big part of the reimagination of the website is to say, what is our overall plan? What is important? Let's sort of start fresh and organize things in a way that is meaningful to the users and emphasizes what we think are our strengths. And I think a lot of other news organizations are dealing with the same thing.
Will we just do HTML on it?
That's an orange. I know what you're asking for, and we've discussed that.
Poynter Online's main content comes from its columns that you'll find on the right rail of the website. But the page design does not tell readers what's fresh and new, and our own eye-tracking research shows that the design is ineffective.
The right-hand stack of columnists involves headlines in small type, mugshots that are very small. And in fact, readers and users tend to regard this really as wallpaper. They're not seeing it in the way that we want them to act on.
So Poynter designers are working on new layouts that may run horizontally across the top of the page, with content constantly refreshing, so the newest material is most prominent.
I cannot wait for people to see how much is available to them without us even introducing new content. So much material already on the site that people find, but not as easily as they could. And I think once we have a design that really showcases the most recent material, people will realize that there's this depth and breadth that actually has existed for a very long time that we just haven't been able to showcase properly.
The new Poynter Online will include interactive groups too. Currently, if a reader has something to say about a Poynter article or a topic, they'll write a note in the feedback section of the column. It's one-way communication. But what if whole Poynter Online communities sprang up to discuss journalism in the same way that photo buffs join Flickr or acquaintances join Facebook? We've created a name for the new journalism social groups, POGs, Poynter Online Groups. And Poynter will move content onto other social networking sites to reach new generations of journalists.
Poynter Online content already exists outside of the Poynter Online site. We already have a half dozen Facebook pages, a YouTube channel. So we found a lot of advantages to developing these applications, and we think news organizations will as well.
So kind of like USA Today, like each group will have its own color.
The new Poynter Online may use subtle colors as navigation tools. Areas of interest such as broadcast, online, ethics, writing, leadership, and visual journalism may be color-coded on the site. And the new site will aim to include more video, beginning with the ability to upload video resumes on the Poynter Career Center section of the page. Interactivity, social networks, a more prominent and reliable search function, constantly updated displays with the freshest work most prominently displayed. Tagging and tabbing navigation, a lot less clutter, and the same reliable content that's made Poynter Online the world's leading journalism website. It's all coming together, with a little caution and a lot of excitement.
It wasn't until somebody actually suggested to us that we were really designing for 2010 that we realized that we were really designing for 2010. And that that did put a different pressure on us, because to envision what the industry might need in 2010 is a huge challenge.